This is FE Peer Review, the Flat Earth Peer Review channel. The date is June 28, 2020. Two videos are in review. The first is entitled Mount Taranaki from Baxter's Knob Lookout by Paul Rickett. The second is Craig Brown Proves Flat Earth by Flat Earth Proof. In this video, I review the long-distance observation over water made by Paul Rickett and identify strengths and weaknesses in the way in which the observation was conducted and presented. My purpose is to provide constructive criticism that will enable Mr. Rickett to improve his observations and obtain more useful and accurate data. This video is an observation of a mountain peak from a distance. The video contains no audio track and is limited to a 27-second observation with zoom and infrared. Minimal information is provided in the description. The video is mirrored by Flat Earth Perth, who makes various claims about it. Here I will review both videos. Mr. Rickett's video suffers from the following weaknesses. No weather data is provided. Beyond the place name, the observation location is not identified. I had to surmise it from the name, landmarks in the video, and the elevation mentioned in the description. No sources are given for the elevation data or the distance between the observation point and target. I assumed Google Earth. No analysis of the observation was provided by Mr. Rickett. Analysis may not have been his intention, which is fine. Flat Earth Perth's video contains similar weaknesses, but includes narration. It fails to fill in the necessary data gaps, makes claims not supported by observations, and uses faulty image analysis that completely ignores the varying effects of atmospheric refraction. Let's take a brief look at Google Earth to fill in some of the data and presentation gaps. Then we will do some of the analysis that should have been done by Flat Earth Perth in his video. It is not my intention here to do the work that Flat Earth Perth should have done to support his claims. That is for him to do. My intention here is to identify the strengths and weaknesses in his presentation so that he can improve on them next time. Locations. Mount Taranaki is at the top. The viewpoint was not clearly identified in either video, but may be near this lookout point. Baxter's Knob Lookout. This appears to be the face of the mountain we are seeing. Let me change the view direction here. Bear with me for a moment. We're almost there. There, viewpoint, Mount Taranaki. This appears to be the face of the mountain we are seeing, the smaller peak in front and a gradually descending plane to water level. Weather conditions, none were noted when the initial observation was done. The article with the Lilia Alexander image mentioned by Flat Earth Perth states that the weather conditions have to be, quote, just right for the mountain to be visible from Wellington. So presumably the mountain is not normally as visible as this, and that begs the question why Flat Earth Perth has not provided other images under different weather conditions for comparison. Weather and atmospheric conditions govern refraction, and if measuring atmospheric conditions is difficult, then the solution is to do a series of observations over different conditions and on different days. In this way, the extent of the variations can be identified and the normal versus extreme refraction conditions can be compared and corrected for. Mr. Rickett does not appear to have done the 10 to 15 observations needed, and Flat Earth Perth has not filled in this gap. We will try to fill in the gap ourselves momentarily. Flat Earth Perth uses the Earth Curve Calculator from GitHub, which provides for no refraction. Note the comments up here. The Earth is a sphere. The light travels in straight lines, i.e. no refraction. However, refraction cannot be ignored. Its effect on observations such as this is widely and generally accepted in the scientific community. So if Flat Earth Perth is going to make assertions based on ignoring refraction, then he must prove that refraction can be ignored before he can make those assertions. I have gone into this in more detail in another video. I will leave a link to that in the description. That video includes links to scientific studies prepared by and for the US military on the subject of how to account for refraction when doing visual targeting. I will now refer Flat Earth Perth to Walter Bislin's Advanced Earth Curve Calculator, which incorporates refraction in its input. The data, as given by Mr. Rickett, is entered here. I have taken the Mount Taranaki peak height from Wikipedia. We will look briefly at the effects of various levels of refraction. At zero refraction, a condition that does not occur in nature, we get 2,516 meters hidden, 2 meters in view. Under standard refraction conditions with a refraction coefficient of 0.17, we get 211 meters hidden, 507 meters in view, 20% is in view. Under borderline medium to strong refraction, a coefficient of 0.37, medium, we get 1,428 meters hidden, 1,090 meters in view, 43% in view. Returning to Flat Earth Perth's video for a moment.
To spot the mirroring, look at the left-hand side.
In examining Flat Earth Perth's image here, we see the peak, the secondary peak in front, and what appears to be a cloud bank on the right. In this photo taken from Manaya, which is to the south of the peak, we see the peak, the secondary peak, and begin to get an understanding of how much of the lower part of the mountain is hidden in Flat Earth Perth's video. Here's Manaya. This entire landscape and the lower part of the mountain are not seen in this image from Flat Earth Perth's video. Note that none of the landscape spreading out from the base of the mountain is visible, nor is the shoreline. At this extent, and with as much as half the mountain hidden, this cannot be attributed to, quote, mirroring, as he claims further on. Bobby Shafto has done a more thorough analysis of what is hidden. This is the work that Flat Earth Perth should have done before publishing his video and making claims about, quote, game, set, and match. The mirroring that Flat Earth Perth refers to does exist, but occupies only a very narrow horizontal band and does not begin to account for the obscuring of roughly the lower half of the mountain and landscape in front of it. But that's the subject for an entirely separate video.
Roll the tape. So at 210 kilometers away at a 41 meter elevation, 2,748 meters should be hidden. So
at the end of his video, Flat Earth Perth makes brief mention of another observation done from 41 meter elevation, which, quote, captures most of the mountain. This is absurd on the face of it. For a start, the image is of such poor quality that it is only barely possible to differentiate the mountain from the background. Presumably, it's this edge here. There's a very slight change in purple from this bit to that bit. That's all I can see. But the proportions of what little can be seen suggest that only a small part of the peak remains visible, this bit right here. I won't repeat the calculations we did above. Flat Earth Perth should have done them himself in the first place. I will assert, however, that he has provided strong imagery that proves that large portions of the mountain are indeed hidden from view in a manner that cannot exist on a flat Earth, and which are in complete accordance with the globe Earth model.
The best flat Earth proof I have seen up to now.
In brief, Flat Earth Perth's statement that these images are, quote, the best flat Earth proof I have seen up to now, exposes the weaknesses of long-distance observations such as this for proof of flat Earth. If Flat Earth Perth chooses to go forward with more observations along this line, I strongly encourage him to do the analysis based on atmospheric refraction, because those of us who are going to continue critiquing his work will be including it. If he believes that refraction is not a factor in these observations, he needs to prove that point first before building a basis for his argument on top of that. I also encourage him to do the image overlays as Bobby Shafto has done, because we again will be watching and critiquing in a like manner. In summary, Flat Earth Perth and Paul Ricketts' videos were mixed as far as the data presentation, and Flat Earth Perth's analysis was very weak. My video was prepared in the spirit of cooperation and constructive criticism. No personal attacks are intended. My goal is simply to improve the quality of the work we are all doing by identifying the weaknesses in observation and analysis so that those weaknesses can be overcome in future work. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you will take a moment to leave polite, on-topic comments and to tap the like button and subscribe. Have a great day.